tits, bitch.
Hello, fiends and fiendettes. Welcome to the movie review portion of episode 94 of the best horror podcast on 7voltmedia.com. Scream Fiends. I'm your host, Xander, and with me once again is Russ.
Ooh, that was close.
Oh, I
that
just
was
barely
close.
hung on there.
You almost dropped it again.
This episode's movie of the week is 2018's Truth or Dare.
Oh, that's pretty good. Truth or dare? Who can't pick dare?
Are you aware that Olivia is in love with your boyfriend?
No, she's not.
Will you stop?
Penelope.
Dare.
Make out with Olivia.
Let's get this party started.
Tight.
Carter.
Truth.
What are your intentions with our sweet Olivia?
I needed to find someone with friends that I could trick into coming here. I could tell Olivia was an easy target. I brought you all up here because I'm okay with strangers dying if it means I get to live.
What the hell?
The game's real. Okay, wherever you go, whatever you do, it'll find you. You okay?
Yeah. Something really weird has been going on ever since Mexico.
Oh, come on.
I'm serious. I'm seeing things.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
I know it sounds insane.
Just a little.
This fine young lady here dared me to show you my business.
Seen it before. Not impressed. Carter said, tell the truth or you die. Do the dare or you die.
Refuse to play,
You know what? Screw this.
and you die.
We're not playing the game. It's playing us.
So what do we do?
Only choose truth.
Marky's constantly cheating on Lucas.
Lucas, wait. I'm sorry. Touch me again and I'll break that hand. Truth.
That's not how this works. Only the game decides.
Break Olivia's hand.
You have to do it.
Look, as pissed as I am at you right now, there's no way I'm gonna break your hand.
Well, you don't really have a choice. God, just do it. This game is too smart. Half the people in this photo are now dead.
We need to find what started all this.
How do we get out of this game alive?
You can't. It only ends when all the players are dead. And your turn's next.
Dare me to choose which one of you to kill.
Truth or dare?
This movie is starring Lucy Hale as Olivia, Tyler Posey as Lucas, Violet Bean as Marky, and Hayden Zito as Brad. It was written by Michael Reese, Jillian Jacobs, Christopher Roach, and Jeff Wadlow.
That's a lot of people writing this movie.
4 people had to write this movie. And directed by Jeff Wadlow.
No wonder why it went an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I guess. So this movie starts out with some high-speed driving. And we are quick to learn that it is near the Mexican border.
Near it.
Yep. The car pulls up to a gas station, and a person wearing a hoodie walks into the store, grabs like a pack of bubble gum or something,
Bubblegum wrapper.
and then we find out that it's this female woman, youngish,
Yeah.
college age-ish.
Yeah.
She asks for a pack of
Cigarettes.
Morley's,
Yeah.
something or other.
Sounds right.
And she's all like cut up.
She looks pretty
like
beat up,
she's
yeah.
looks like she's had some better days. But then the phone rings, and the attendant answers it, and then all of a sudden the girl gets all like weird.
And he's kind of looking at her crazy.
Yeah. And she's like, I don't want to play anymore.
And he's like, what?
And then she just takes a thing of lighter fluid
Yeah.
and douses some innocent lady that's shopping at the store.
Starts her ass
Takes a
on
bulk
fire.
of matches.
She apologizes though. She says, I'm sorry, and starts on fire.
That lady's on fire.
She should have stopped, dropped, and rolled.
Yep. Cut to Olivia. She is a YouTube sensation.
And she's doing a bit on how she's going to do Habitat for Humanity.
Yep, and guys, we got to sacrifice spring break so we can build some houses.
But then her friends come in. It's like, you can't do that. You got to come with me.
Yep, we meet Marky, her best friend.
Bestest friend in the whole wide world.
And she's all like, you ain't building no houses.
Because I called them up and said, you got the shingles.
Yeah, I canceled that shit for you.
And she's like, you did what? Oh, but here's why. And then her friends come in. This is where we meet Hito. I don't remember what is Brad.
Was it Brad or Lucas?
No, it wasn't Lucas. It was that other guy, the doctor.
Oh, Tyson.
Tyson comes in with Penelope.
Yeah, so basically the entire group of friends comes in, and they're like,
we're all going to do 2 weeks of Habitat for Humanity if you do this 1 week of spring break with us.
Yeah.
So she goes, okay, and then it's the scene of them getting in the car.
Yep, then we get like the intro credits with snippets of their spring break adventures. Drinking, partying in the sun.
Yep, and we also meet Brad and Lucas here too.
Mm.
So now we've met Brad, Lucas, Tyson, then Penelope, Marky, and Olivia.
Lucas is Marky's boyfriend.
Tyson and Penelope are kind of a thing.
Yes.
And Olivia is single, and Brad is also single but gay.
Yes.
So that's why they're not together. So.
Then we get. They're at this outdoor bar
Rave.
club. Getting tore up. It's their last day in Mexico.
Yep, and so yeah, Tyson and Penelope are sucking face. Brad says if you can't beat him, join him. So he goes and makes out with some guy.
Yep.
And then Lucas and Olivia are just sitting there awkwardly. But then Olivia sees Marky dancing up on some dude, so she goes and stops him. And she's like, "You're my best friend."
Yeah, she's all. We get a little subtle hint into the relationship because Olivia's like, "I thought you were gonna stop doing this."
Yeah, because she apparently is always dancing up on dudes
without
her clothes on.
Yep.
And it's poor Lucas.
Yep. So Olivia ends up at the bar. I think she's going to like get more drinks for everyone, right?
Yeah, because Marky and Lucas started they start sucking face.
And then we meet Carter.
Wrong.
Carson?
Wrong. Who do we meet next? Ronnie.
Oh, that's right, Ronnie. He seems to be the douchebag at school, at college that no one likes.
Yep. Actually, people do seem to like him.
Really?
Like when he was gonna do that thing at the pool table later on, they were like cheering him on, but then some lady was making fun of him later on. But like, you know what I mean?
I guess, but at least this group of friends really don't like him.
Yeah, they don't like him.
Hmm.
I don't even think I don't even think they're friends. I think he just knows them.
Yeah.
But you know who he reminds me of is that one bro guy from that episode of Workaholics. Remember him? Oh yeah, all right. And he has like here's some Oakleys for you. Here's some Oakleys for you. Remember that guy? He like helps them run a party without electricity.
One of these guys was on a Workaholics episode. I think it was the Tyler Posey, Lucas.
I could see that possibly. It kind of looked familiar to me.
He was on a Workaholics, and it makes me wonder if that's the episode he was on.
Righteous. And and Adam's trying to become that guy's friend so hard, but he's just like nobody wants to deal with him. Righteous. Here, you get a pair of Oakleys now.
Yeah. So they run into Ronnie.
Ronnie puts the moves on Olivia, but then gets shot down by Carter. Carter on at the other end of the bar, and he's like, "Hey, quit being a douche." And he's like, "You're the douche. How about I punch you in the face? How about I punch you in the face?" And then she's like, "Don't punch each other in the face." He goes, and then she's like, "There's girls they're taking shots." He's like, "I like girls taking shots, so I'm going to leave." So Ronnie leaves.
And it doesn't have anything to do with what you said.
And he leaves. And so Carter and Olivia talk, and they're having a good time. And
Carter.
Then it cuts away. Then it cuts back.
By the way, striking. There are a lot of characters or actors in this movie that are striking resemblances to other more famous actors.
Yeah, he looks like Daniel Radcliffe.
Spitting image.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
They time lapse. Ends up being they sit at the bar talking until bar close.
And then her friends come by and Penelope's like, "We need to find a bar that's open all night." Mm-hmm. And then Carter's like, "I know where we could go.
I know a place."
And everybody's like, "Nah, we're going to go to bed." But Olivia's like, "I need to get this guy's wiener because I'm horny." But we find out that's not her actual motivation. It's something else. Something far more sinister.
Nefarious.
But, in any case, we're setting that up for all the wrong. But so they go to a church.
Yeah, it's this old,
missionary,
dilapidated mission place.
And they got a cooler there, and they're having some beers. Olivia's going to look around. She finds like this thing with it stinks. There's like something in it.
It's all smashed up, yeah.
And there's like pictures of ladies around, and she's like, "What's all this? Oh, it smells." And then Ronnie comes in. She's like, "What are you following me here?" And he's like, "Oh, I want to have sex with you." So yeah, I am, and because I'm creepy. But so then they go back, and they're all gonna leave because it's kind of a dud there. And he's like, "Well, let's play a game." And Ronnie's like, "Let's play spin the bottle."
Yeah.
And Carter's like, "Want to play truth or dare?" You know, where you can get your friend's darkest secrets. And,
truth or dare.
And they're like, and then Olivia's like, "Yeah, we're in." So she makes everybody stay. Then they start playing, and it's just kind of typical at first. But then Tyson's like, truth. Is it true? Tell her it's true that you've been in love with Lucas. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's really this part. Really, like, kind of came out of left field for me. Like, why the fuck is Tyson such an asshole all of a sudden?
Well, he kind of gets set up as that like dickhead with no more. I mean, I have no morals. Blah blah blah. Because like the first question they ask Olivia is like, Brad asks her, "Okay, aliens are coming to Earth, and you can either save the 10 of us, but then all of Mexico dies, or we all die and Mexico lives." She goes, "Oh, that's easy. We all die." And they're like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah." And then Brad looks at, or Carter looks at, "Is that the truth?" She's like, "Yeah." And, so you can tell she's like really nice.
Yeah. And
so it goes around. There's some dickheadery between Tyson and Olivia. It doesn't really matter.
It seemed very uncalled for.
Well, like Tyson's complete lack of morals seems so forced, and it's like it's borderline sociopathic, and it's like
It's just like, here's this group of friends and they're all having a good time, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he's just like, "Hey, let me ruin your entire fucking day."
Yeah. And then you find out, he writes fake prescriptions to students so they can get drugs. And
yeah, because he's a med student.
Yeah.
And
So basically,
his whole family is doctors.
It runs into that whole thing with the internet movie we watched.
Oh, Unfriended?
Yeah, where they're all friends, but they all treat each other like shit, and they all backstab each other.
That's true.
So is this just something that like rich white kids and their one Asian friend do? They just backstab each other all over the place?
I don't know. It kind of seems like it.
I mean, right? I mean,
it's seems exclusive to these types of people.
Sorry, Penelope was, I think, she was. I'm not sure what she was, but she wasn't white. But
no, she looked almost like Indian,
sure,
a little bit.
yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, so it's just So they're going about, but then they ask Carter, "What did you do?" And he just admits. He goes, "I tricked Olivia to get here to guys to play a game, and now you're all gonna get killed." Then as he's leaving, he's almost crying, telling Olivia, "Just follow the rules, or the game will kill you." She's like,
"Yeah,
what?
You have to play like no matter what."
Mm-hmm.
Explains the entire premise.
Yep.
And they obviously don't believe him.
Nope. Until the next day, where they're back home and everything seems to be going okay.
When they're there and Carter leaves, is that the first time we get the creepy faces?
Yes.
Doesn't Olivia see all of them like
creepy faces
like surround her
with creepy faces?
Have the creepy faces.
So yeah, this creepy face is a really sinister. It almost looks like the Grinch smile.
Yes.
And then the eyes might be slightly crooked, like offset. And but then they go home, and her and her friend,
glowing red eyes.
Yeah, glowing red eyes. And so her and her friend make up for what happened at the deal, and all this and that. And but then she's got to go find Marky in the library, and she's
also been like seeing Truth or Dare written on like flyers, and
she thought her car was keyed that way, and she started yelling at Ronnie.
Yep.
But then she goes to go find Marky because she's seeing these things, and then we get our first experience with the Truth or Dare monster, and she goes Truth or Dare, they're like chanting it, and all these people in the library are surrounding her with the creepy face chanting it, and like Truth or Dare, Truth or Dare, Truth or Dare, and she says Truth. What is something you don't want to tell Marky or something? She goes that she's been. Or what's the true secret you're hiding from Lucas? That Marky's been cheating on him every chance she gets.
Yes.
Or something like that. And then she yells it out really loud, but then when she snaps out of it, she's in the middle of a library and everybody's looking at her. So her and Lucas leave. And
yep, Lucas and Marky were there. Lucas gets upset, obviously. Somewhere before this, we find out that Marky's dad had killed himself.
That was the scene right before that, where it's like, ever since you've been my only family since my dad killed himself.
That's right.
Yep. And so there's blah 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 blah. That all happens. And she's like, no, they're making me do this, blah blah blah. And she doesn't believe her.
Yep.
Then she gets the other people to kind of come in and talk about this, and they're like, well, that seems kind of weird. And Tyson doesn't believe him.
Well, split between that, we get the bar scene where Ronnie is playing pool.
Yep. And he goes up to this girl and says, you look like you know how to handle some balls. And she's like, don't talk to me. But I just want to show you my pool cue. And then she turns into Truth or Dare monster.
Mm-hmm.
Truth or Dare. He goes, okay, dare. Dare to get up on that pool table and whip it out or something like that.
Show your pool cue.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right.
So he goes, I've been dared by this lady, blah, blah, blah. Then some lady in the back was like, I've seen it, I'm not impressed. Who's that, Beth? No, but Beth said it's small too.
Yeah.
Okay, forget it. I'm not going to do this. Then his face changes.
He gets the Truth or Dare.
And it looks like he's going to go, he starts like he's going to kill himself by falling on a pool cue. But then the guy's like, whoa, watch out, dude.
Catches him as he falls, yeah. Watch out for
dude.
the pool.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, dude.
Bro.
Put on these openings, bro.
Bro. The pool cue, bro.
So then he walks to the other side, slips on an 8-ball, and cracks his neck on the opposite pool table.
Yep.
And then somebody sends the video over to all their friends. And so they're looking at it as they're talking. See, look at, he didn't play the game, he got killed. I had to yell that out or I was going to get killed. And they're like, oh, okay. And then Marky comes and goes, what is this? An intervention? I always thought day drinker over there because just Penelope drinks too much. I thought she was the one that would get it first. And she's like, oh, that's just mean. But then she starts getting texts the truth or dare text come to Marky, and it says you got to. She's like, dare. And she's like, I dare you to break her hand and break Olivia's hand. And Olivia's like, you have to do it. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. And you have to do it. And then she does.
Yeah, she takes a hammer. And, yeah, she says something like, don't be a coward like your dad or
don't
something.
be a coward like your dad. And then she just like, fuck you.
Boom.
And she ran upstairs, and then they went to the hospital. And then they're there with Brad and everybody. They're at the hospital. And Brad's dad's there. And then it was Brad. No, Lucas's turn. Nope, Lucas happened before
No.
this.
This all happened. Lucas takes a walk.
Yep.
And then
Some graffiti art asks him truth or dare.
Truth or dare on the wall, and then truth or dare gets burned into his arm.
Because he doesn't want to play.
Yep.
Well, he just doesn't believe what he's seeing.
Right.
And then
He calls. Right? He calls them.
Yep, and he says, I believe. He calls Olivia, says, I believe you. Get everybody together.
Yeah.
And so he explains it to everybody what happened to him.
What was his thing, though?
He had to basically admit to Olivia that he liked her.
No.
Remember, it's like that he wondered what it would be like to wake up with her and kiss her.
Oh,
and all this.
okay.
And
Okay. That he had feelings for.
Something bullshitty like
Yeah. Whatever. So Lucas is on board.
Yeah.
Then
we get the hand-braking scene.
Yep, then that's the hand-braking scene.
And then she leaves. And then they decide that, we'll just all say truth, so we'll live.
Mm.
And then Penelope gets super drunk, and then Marky brings her upstairs. Are we missing
At the
anything?
hospital, Brad is going to get a snack out of the vending machine.
And then he gets truth or dared.
By some dead old guy.
Yeah.
So, of course, that's going to be creepy.
So he says truth. Oh, no, he says dare. He says dare, I think.
No, it's truth.
Is it truth? And he goes, tell your dad the truth or something? He's got to come out to his dad.
Yeah.
So it's a dare.
His dad's a cop.
Yeah, and so his dad's there.
Mm.
And he tells us, but they don't show it, but then he comes back into the scene with everybody else. He goes, I just came out to my dad. It was my turn. I just came out to my dad.
It feels great.
Yeah, it feels good.
Mm.
Yeah, things are great. And then we get Penelope drunk. I think some stuff happens during the day, right?
Nope. Next we get Tyson is going for an interview.
That's right.
For what is it,
meds graduate school or something?
Yeah, something med school
residency
related, yeah. And he does the interview. The rest of the group of friends is freaking out and rushing over to find Tyson, because at this point they figured out that it has a pattern. It
goes in the order of the picture that they were taken.
Yeah, well, whatever order they were in when they're at the mission house.
Yeah.
And they get to the place, and Tyson is walking out of the interview, still alive, still fine.
Yep.
But then the interviewer calls him back in.
Yeah. I have one more question for you. Truth or dare? He goes, oh, did they put you up to this? Truth. Is it true you've been writing prescriptions for freshmen? And then, did they tell you that? Oh, he said, no. And
What?
then-
Well, I don't write prescriptions.
and then
Then he gets the...
yeah, and then the
Mer.
woman's like, what's going on with you? And then he gets the super face, and he takes his pen out of his pocket, jams it into his eye. Oh. And then he walks over to wall,
Slams his head.
slams his head into it so it kills him.
The double tap.
Thanks, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yep. Penelope is obviously not
Happy.
taking it very well, being her boyfriend and all.
And she's already got a drinking problem, so
Mhm.
she drinks too much.
Yep.
Then Marky puts her to
they-
bed.
They figure out. Yep, they put her to bed, and meanwhile they figure out. How do they find Giselle?
They find the news article, then try to contact her via
Oh,
Facebook.
that's right. They find the article about the mysterious woman that lights the lady on fire in Mexico, and she's still missing.
So they contact her
How do they find her name, though?
because it was in the newspaper.
Oh, okay. And through that, they figure out
That she was hanging out with Carter.
Carter, yes.
They couldn't figure out who he was because he went and pulled his name off of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a bunch of posts of her, go turn yourself in. But
Yep.
Penelope wakes up. She gets the answer now. And in her own face in the mirror is like, truth or dare. And she's like, truth. She's like, not this time.
No.
You have to pick dare. So she goes out on the roof and somebody comes in and says, you guys got to see this. So I go out there and she's walking around. She's like, I couldn't pick truth. I had to pick dare. They're like, what? And then she's like, I have to drink this whole bottle of vodka while I walk around the edge of the roof. So they follow around the roof with a mattress, and then they get to a spiky fence, and it's like, oh, well, this is where she's going to fall down and die.
Yep.
Oh, but they were smart enough to throw the mattress over the spikes.
I know. I was like yelling at the TV, like, throw the freaking mattress on the spikes, and
She did.
they actually do.
Yeah.
But the spikes go directly through the mattress.
Yeah.
Like
Without a
like
problem.
there's nothing, there's no padding in this mattress. It's
Yeah.
just like paper. Spikes go through the mattress.
Right through it. So Olivia's trying to ram this fence, and Olivia almost falls. Lucas is going to catch her if she drinks too much or whatever, and then
Once she finishes, he was going to catch her.
Yep. So she drinks the last bit of it, promptly passes out, but Olivia manages to plow the fence over, land there, and as she's falling, the other two quick throw the mattress on top of the car, and she lands on the mattress, throws up, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, she survived. Then we get Giselle responds to the Facebook message somehow. And they go and meet Giselle.
Yep.
At some seemed like
Warehousing district thing,
yeah, something out of Gone in 60 Seconds. Like
like a dock.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, they get there and they meet her, and then she's like, "Hey, let's talk over here." And she,
Yep, then we learn why Giselle or Penelope couldn't pick truth. Because apparently this thing is
well, they started the game again, and they did it truth, dare, where you can't. After truth, the next person has to pick dare.
yeah, Giselle was a part of a group of friends that went and partied at this mission house.
They trashed it,
Yep.
and they broke something, and Olivia's like, "Oh, I saw some broken stuff," and then
they played the game Truth or Dare, and yeah, that's the rules that they had was
two
truths and a dare.
two truths and a dare.
So now this is the same rules that applies to this new group.
Yep. And she goes. Then we find out that Giselle has been given another dare, and she was dared to shoot Olivia.
Yep. But Penelope jumps heroically in front of the bullet.
Yep, and because Giselle didn't complete her task, she shoots herself in the head.
Yep.
And then they go to the police and tell them the truth. And then the police are like, "This is all weird that all these people are dying and they're attached to this." And then they leave.
Yep. Olivia's back at home by herself. The rest of them are like downstairs.
Yeah.
And she gets attacked by this Jason Statham looking homeless guy.
Yeah.
Who we don't see, but we don't see what he says to her, but
She chose dare
yes.
so that everybody else could pick truth.
Yep.
What was she dared to do again?
To
Yes.
to
Sleep with Lucas.
sleep with Lucas.
So she's riding Lucas. Well, she tells Marky, and Marky gets pissed.
Yeah.
So then she tells Lucas, and they go upstairs, and they start to fuck.
Yep.
And
there's this whole dumb thing where they're like resistant to it at first. Like they clearly both have feelings for each other.
Yeah.
And
But there's other hints where Marky and Lucas still might have feelings for each other.
Yeah.
Remember that great scene where they bump fingers when they're
oh
at
my
the computer?
god. Oh my god.
That was every
The
once in a
height of
while something in a
cringe.
movie makes Xander here
Just
go into seizures.
Shivers.
He
like,
just,
oh my god, the cringe is
he crappie flops.
extreme.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was pretty good.
oh my god. Yeah.
So there's that. Then they're having sex, and then all of a sudden, Lucas gets the chokehold on him, and
By Olivia.
Olivia is turned into the monster, and she's like, "Truth or dare?" And he's like, "Truth." And what was the truth again?
Who do
Oh,
you really love?
Who do you
versus-
really love? And he's
Yes.
like, Marky.
Yeah.
And she's
I'm
like-
I'm sorry. I still care about you.
And then she crawls off his wiener and then leaves.
Rejected.
So she's sad
Just
now.
whatever. That whole part was so dumb
Yep.
because
Well, next we get Marky's sad, so she runs off to a diner. She's looking at a video of her dad, and then her dad comes alive on the phone and says, "Truth or dare?" And she's like, "Truth." She goes, "Why do you still keep the gun?" "Because sometimes I want to use it." "Well, maybe you should go get it."
yeah.
But they find the missionary, and now Lucas and Olivia, despite their little shindig, are going to the missionary. They're going to go.
No, they found the Rosalina, I think
Yeah,
her name
Reyes,
was,
Reyes,
who
Re-
used to be
Reyes,
a
Reyes.
nun or something at the mission.
Yeah, so they're going to go meet her. And they do.
They find out that there was some sort of slaughter
Yep.
at the mission.
And what had happened was the priest had these little girls because they didn't have homes or something, and then he'd make them play hide and seek, and whoever he found got raped, essentially. So what
Yeah.
they did was they called forth this demon to kill him, essentially, but then it killed everybody. Kalex, yeah. So it killed everybody. She was the last one left because she knew how to figure out how to stop the demon by. So this little jar that we saw in the beginning of the movie, she had put her tongue in there.
Yes.
And she said this prayer 7 times and cut her tongue up, put it in there, and sealed this demon there.
And she's all writing all of this because her granddaughter or whoever it was
Says
was
she doesn't
like,
talk, yeah.
she hasn't talked in 50 years or however long.
Because we found out she cut her tongue off.
Yep. So
And
she gives them the correct phrase that they need to say.
Yep.
But they have to find the person that broke the sacrifice jar.
And they think it's
in the
Carter,
first
but they don't know who Carter is.
Yep. But they figure out that his real name is Sam.
Somehow, somewhere. But basically, they all get back. They all kind of meet up again. And then,
Because Giselle says his actual name, and they're like, "Who's Sam?"
Yeah.
And then the cop says
Sam.
something
and
or
then
other.
she's Olivia, but at this point, now it's Brad's out there outside the thing. It's his turn
No.
now, and the demon's like, "Truth or dare?" But he says it like through his dad's radio. Dare, he says. Grab your dad's gun and
Make him beg for his
make
life.
him beg for his life. So he hugs his dad because his dad says, "You're still my son." Basically saying, "I don't care that you're gay," or not that he doesn't care, but you're gay. That's fine. You're my son still, and blah blah blah. And he gives his dad a hug, grabs his gun, tries to get him to beg for his life.
He's
So
like, "This isn't."
What is this about? He just won't beg for his life.
Right.
Until finally some other cop shoots him in the back.
In the
And
back of the
and-
neck or something or
And then
other.
Brad dies.
Brad's dead.
Then
The character we were hoping would be
the one character we liked in this whole this whole movie. He was the only one that I liked.
So yeah, they end up finding Sam, kidnap him at gunpoint because he's hidden out in this room that has nothing that can hurt him, isolated.
Yeah.
So they take him hostage by gunpoint, make him go back to Mexico.
Yeah,
That's the funny thing about this is that they're traveling to and from Mexico. I would assume this must take place someplace in California then. But yeah, it's just so it makes it seem like it's just like a short. Oh, they do say it's only a 3-hour drive to the mission.
Sure. So they
So I
do
guess,
that.
yeah.
They go back and they're making him do all this stuff, but then as they're doing it, it's
The place is starting to fall apart.
Wait a minute. Olivia has her turn, and it has to tell her best friend that the reason your dad killed himself is because I told him to. So Olivia tells Marky that she got drunk with her dad because she just broke up with her boyfriend. He just lost his job, and so they were both drinking. And then her dad started to come on to her pretty hard, and she managed to get free. He goes, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about this. Please don't tell her. Please forgive me for this." She goes, But then Olivia's like, "You'd be better off, Marky, if you were dead." or something like that. Then he kills himself.
Yeah, Marky would be better off if the dad was
then
dead.
Marky gets really mad at Olivia for saying that to her dad.
Because the dad tried to rape Olivia.
This is where I don't understand.
No.
It's just like, I would be very sad if my dad died or killed himself. But if I found out the reason my dad killed himself is because he tried to rape my best friend, I'd be pretty perplexed. I might need a moment to myself to process that. But I wouldn't look at Olivia and be like, "You bitch,
you killed my dad."
I mean, you didn't get raped. You should have just let him rape
my
you.
God.
I didn't understand that need. I guess I don't understand how that was the knee jerk reaction.
Well, if you just were to look at it like Olivia just randomly walked up to the dad and was like, "Hey, you should kill yourself because for whatever reason." But no, it came after the whole part where
he tried to rape her.
Yes, it's whatever.
Okay.
Ugh. So
I don't get that. I don't understand why they had to drive more tension between these two characters anyways. And that's fine. There's tension there because there's a little bit of mixed emotions that, you told my dad to kill himself, but it's but he tried to rape you. It's just that destroys the image of you that she would have in her mind of her father being this great guy.
Right.
And then her best friend and especially when the scene's coming up where they have to come together. This could have been a scene where they come together where it's like, "I'm sorry I never told you this." and then Marky could have been like, "I can't believe my father did this." Yeah. She knows she's telling the truth because she has to.
Yeah.
So it's just this could have been the thing that brought them together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Marky goes outside, Olivia chases out there, "I'm sorry," and Marky turns around and hugs her and says, "I'm so sorry that he tried to do this to you. You should have told me. Let's finish this."
Yeah.
They get Dick Balls back to the mission. They make him say the prayers. The demon comes back out one more time, says, "Lucas, truth or dare?" And he says, "Dare," to hopefully save them for having to do
the whole place is starting to fall apart at this point because as soon as
he starts saying the prayers,
it starts collapsing.
Then Lucas is dared to kill one of them. He's got to kill either Marky or Olivia.
Well, he doesn't say it right away,
No.
but he's just like, "I need to get away from you guys."
So he tells them what the deal is.
Mm-hmm.
Then Marky chases him and kisses him, and they're kissing for a little while. And then she's got the gun on him, and he's like, "You got to cut your tongue out now." And he's like, "What?" So they're kind of going back and forth, and finally he agrees to just do it because Lucas starts beating everybody up because he gets possessed by the demon because he doesn't get a chance to kill himself.
Yeah.
So he's going to go after.
No, he doesn't get a chance to. He denies the dare.
Yeah,
basically
he says, "I'm not going to do the dare." So he turns into a demon. He's supposed to, kill himself, but he's going to go try to kill Sam.
Yep. Marky tackles him.
Marky tackles him and
is holding him down, and Sam starts to cut off his tongue.
Yep, and he's getting there, and it seems to be working. But then what happens? He gets up.
Yeah.
He fights the girls off, and then
Lucas grows super strength and
pushes the girls off, kills Sam, so he can't get it done, and then
slits his own throat.
So he kills what's his dude? Then it's Marky's turn, and she's like, "You have to pick Dare." She goes, "I can't do that." "No, you have to." So she gets asked. She picks Dare. The Calyx says, "You have to shoot Olivia." So she gets a gun, and she was like, "Can't do it. You have to. No, deny doing it.
Don't do it."
So she goes to shoot herself or do something, and then Olivia gets in the way and gets shot in the arm. So she does.
Yeah, she
succeeds at her
dare
task.
completed. Yeah,
Dare completed.
Yep.
And now it's your turn. And he's like, "That's not how this works." "Yeah, it is because something or other."
Because they figure out that at the mission, that's where they can add players to the game.
Yeah, but somehow they can ask the demon a truth or dare now.
Yeah.
He goes, "Truth." He goes, "You have to. How do you get out of this game?" And then it goes, "You don't." And then it's like, okay. So then, Marky wakes up. Olivia gets this. She's like, "We can't get out of this game. What are we gonna do?" Marky's got an idea. She gets her cell phone, and then you see this video of her explaining to everybody what's happening, essentially inviting her entire YouTube following to this game, and that ends the movie. I wash my hands.
This movie was so unnecessarily long.
Yep.
And the weird thing about that is that I don't remember there being a lot of just meaningless scenes.
I can point out a few if you want.
Sure.
The beginning with the car pulling up, and then she goes into that store, goes to buy stuff, gets truth or dare at the store, and then she's like, okay, so she grabs the lighter, and then she lights that woman on fire. Then the next scene where it goes to them all together. So then that scene's meaningless. Then what's the next scene? You meet Olivia, and she's doing her whole thing about how she's going to join Habitat for Humanity. Yeah, that's pretty meaningless. And then there's the scene where her friend Marky comes in. She's like, "You're coming in with us. I told him you got shingles." That was meaningless.
Okay.
I was going to see how long you're going to let me go.
So
I was going to do the whole movie all over again.
It didn't seem like a lot of filler.
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
To make it an hour and 40 minutes, I don't know. But on the other hand,
I will applaud them on their pacing.
Yes. But it felt that long.
Yep.
Even though there wasn't like...
We paused it at one point and we saw there was half an hour left. We're like, fuck.
Jesus. It just... Maybe it was the fact that this is a PG-13 movie, so like the deaths in the movie are very... They're off-screen or just not very graphic, even though it's graphic acts occurring to them.
Yeah. What my problem with this movie is it's based on a fucking game again. It's like a different Ouija,
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of cool, the effect that they do with the faces.
Oh, because it's like a Snapchat filter. That's what they describe it as in the movie.
I know. And sometimes it is like...
You know when this movie would have been awesome? 1983.
Oh.
This would have been a good movie in 1983.
Before all that existed?
Yeah, because this movie had no camp to it. This is a movie that deserves camp. There's none.
That's true.
It takes
itself
so
completely
fucking
seriously. Yes.
It's just like, this is a joke. Why aren't you making this fun?
I didn't even think about that. How it is like... There's no like poking fun at itself at all. How ridiculous the premise is.
Yeah.
It's just straight up like... Yeah, take it so seriously.
Basically, it was like some fledgling American director saw some French extremism, got the okay to do a PG-13 movie, but it had to be about a board game. He's like, shit. I don't know.
Yeah, and back to the faces, like, sometimes it seemed natural, and then sometimes it was like you could see the edges of the frame like were distorted as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know if they intended it to actually look like a camera filter or what they're going for with it.
I don't know. I remember the previews being a lot more creepier than that, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Why do I remember a scene in the trailer with, like, a pencil? I thought there was something where she was, like, taking her hand and... Maybe I'm confusing things with The Dark Knight.
Well, yeah, maybe, because there was the hammer scene. She's got to break my hand.
Yes.
I'm not breaking her hand.
Yeah, whatever. The trailer was much better than the movie.
But yeah.
Now, with all this being said...
Yeah.
Here
comes Xander's apology.
Part of me thinks...
Oh, here it comes.
Like, if you were... Imagine you were the age when, like...
Yeah, it's banned.
We were getting into movies like Critters and Ghoulies and those really, like, cheesy whatever movies... End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Great movie. Go fucking quiet.
Those mid, like, you've got the AAA games and the A games. the middle tier games. You know, wouldn't this movie fit nicely in like those middle tier like horror movies, like for the younger crowd?
Like everything else that's come out in the last like decade.
Sure.
That isn't French extremism. I don't know. I guess. What are you saying? So it's like a new age B movie?
Yeah.
No.
Because it doesn't have the camp to it.
It takes itself so seriously. Like, you know, like a new age B movie is like Birdemic.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I do agree. Like
or
the lack of
Incredible Bulk.
The lack of self-awareness really hurts this movie. Even though that whole self-aware horror movie has been done to death ever since Scream.
Yeah.
I do agree this movie is one of those exceptions where it would benefit from having maybe just a little bit of camp to it.
Because there's no camp, for me, this movie has no redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
The soundtrack does nothing for me.
I don't even remember there being music.
Yeah, the acting is typical. It's not bad, but it's not good.
It teeters over into bad.
It does teeter into bad.
Certain areas.
Yep. The camera work and all this and that, none of that is memorable.
No.
So I mean,
besides the faces.
And even that's not that. It's more effective in the trailer.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm ready to rate this movie.
All right, let's do it.
I would rather watch it than the Martyrs remake.
Good.
But I'd rather watch The Witch than this movie. The Witch had a good soundtrack. It had better camera work. Although it was boring as fuck, I would rather sit through The Witch.
Even The Witch doesn't feel as long as this movie.
I agree. That is true.
With how plotting and boring The Witch is.
Yep.
Still doesn't feel as long as this.
This movie makes The Witch. Like I'm ready to just forgive The Witch after this movie. Honestly.
I won't go that far. But
I mean, I almost want to go watch The Witch as a palate cleanser after this movie.
Get that taste out of your mouth.
Oh, this movie was god awful.
So, yeah, no seal of approval. No.
I'd rather watch The Witch.
You'd rather watch The Witch.
I'd rather watch The Witch. I would still watch it over Martyrs remake, though.
Yeah.
I would still watch it over Martyrs
with that.
remake. Yep.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think... I think I have a higher appreciation... appreciation's the wrong word. A higher tolerance for this movie than you do.
Yeah.
But I still, it wasn't good by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
Overly long.
Yep.
PG-13, so some movies can get away with it. The Ring is a good example.
Yeah.
PG-13 doesn't matter. Still atmospheric and scary, impactful.
Yeah, there's nothing atmospheric about this. There's nothing scary about it. There wasn't even many pop scares even.
In the beginning, they started doing a few.
But then there was none.
Yeah, none whatsoever. The issue with PG-13 horror movies is when you try to make a movie that is focused on like kills, like a Final Destination type movie. Yeah. This movie reeks of Final Destination.
Yeah.
But doesn't have the ability to show the gore or the kills in a movie that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be about the makeup work and this and that. But in this day and age, it would have all been CG'd anyways, and it wouldn't have mattered.
Sure.
So even if it was rated R, it probably still would have sucked.
Was Happy Death Day PG-13?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yep.
See, and that movie didn't have that problem. Yeah, because it had that campiness.
Yeah, the campiness. It was just more entertaining to watch. It had
sure.
It had some kind of goofy directorial avenues and like things that they were like different. She kept trying to figure this thing out, so you were invested into trying to go along with it, trying to figure it out.
Sure.
You know, and then there's a big reveal. You know, at the end, there's no reveal at the end of this. they figure out what they have to do halfway through the movie, and it's just them getting to that place. And then when they go to get it done, they can't get it done, and then they realize. And then basically what you got is a turn of character. So now Olivia, instead of saying, Olivia's like, yeah, I'd kill all of you to save all these people. Now she's gone back. She's like, I'm choosing you to her friend Marky. And she involves all these other people in this Truth or
Which
Dare game.
she's still going to have to play the game eventually anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help her in the long run.
No, and you know, as soon as it gets back to her, if she has to choose Dare, which will more likely be the case, because I mean everybody's going to pick Truth if they can. And I dare to kill Marky. You know.
Yeah. It's dumb. Don't waste your time.
No.
Don't waste your money for sure. Don't spend money on this movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't go as far as say don't spend money or do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
But like, I just didn't like it. I'm
Don't
glad I
waste
saw
your
it.
money.
I'm glad I saw it, and but like I like seeing bad movies. I mean, I've seen some pretty old bad movies, and bad movies. But the problem with this bad movie is it's not fun.
No, that's what I was looking forward to. Like I thought if this movie was likely going to be bad, at least maybe we'll be able to make fun of it. But there's nothing like.
No, it's all very serious.
Yes, there's nothing to make fun of.
No, it's all super serious. And I don't know.
Whatever.
I think that might be a problem with having 4 writers on a movie.
Probably.
I mean, you could almost like pull apart the sections which each writer got. Even I mean, I'm disappointed.
Let us know what you thought of Truth or Dare. If you've seen it, find us on Twitter at ScreamFiends. Let us know your thoughts. If we're wrong, if we're right, whatever, leave a comment down below, even on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Leave a like. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes every week-ish. Find us on iTunes, Google Play, Patreon.com/ScreamFiends. You can donate to our lovely program if you would like. We would love your support, but you do not have to.
You don't have to.
We will always be here, living in your hearts.
Oh my God.
I don't know, whatever.
Adorable.
From us at
fan.
Scream Fiends, so long and farewell.